Imagine this. Teens are turning to AI for emotional support instead of their closest friends. Google and Meta are preparing a chip alliance powerful enough to shake Nvidia. The music industry is opening the door for fans to create songs using the real voices of their favorite artists. And the world's most advanced AI system just outperformed every human engineer Anthropic has ever tested.
And that's just warming up. Because the number one story today isn't about companies or creators or teens. It's about the economic fate of millions of workers. A shift so large, researchers are calling it a historic turning point in the future of labor.
Welcome back to the AI Week. We've dug through all the major reports, studies, deals, and breakthroughs, and selected the 5 most important AI stories of the week, ranked from number 5 all the way to number 1.
And trust us, the climb to the top this week? It's a roller coaster. There's tech drama, cultural disruption, economic shockwaves, ethical dilemmas, everything. Let's jump in.
Starting at number 5, and honestly, this could have easily been in the top 3 any other week, Warner Music has officially partnered with the AI music generator Suno.
This is huge. A major label is now licensing artist voices and styles for AI-generated music. That means if an artist opts in, fans can generate songs using AI versions of their voice, legally, with royalties.
This is the beginning of a completely new creative economy. For decades, fans have been making remixes, covers, fan songs, all unofficial. Now imagine millions of people generating tracks using AI models trained directly on licensed artist styles.
It fundamentally transforms the relationship between fan and artist. Fans aren't just consuming, they're co-creating. They're writing the B-sides, the demos, the alternate takes.
And Warner's not alone. This follows a series of licensing deals they've been signing with AI music companies recently. It's becoming clear the fight against generative music is shifting into partnership.
But there's another layer. This could redefine what it means to be an artist. If your voice can sing infinite songs at once, in any genre, with fans generating thousands of variations, what does authorship even look like?
And creatively, it's thrilling. Economically, it's disruptive. But culturally, it's a seismic shift.
Story number 5 sets the tone. But number 4 takes us into something emotional, personal, and honestly, a little unsettling.
At number 4, a study out of the UK confirmed something many suspected, but didn't want to say out loud. Teens are increasingly choosing AI chatbots instead of real friends for emotional conversations.
The numbers are striking. About 40% of teens have used chatbots for advice, comfort, or companionship. 1 in 5 say it's simply easier than talking to a person.
And here's the thing. It is easier. No judgment, no awkwardness, no emotional risk. You're never rejected, you're never embarrassed. That's dangerously appealing for teens still learning how to handle conflict, negotiation, and vulnerability.
But the big problem, AI isn't built to handle emotional complexity or mental health struggles. Multiple studies have shown chatbots are inconsistent, sometimes unsafe, and not capable of real therapeutic depth.
Yet, teens are turning to them daily, not as a novelty, but as part of their social ecosystem, for advice on relationships, on school stress, on loneliness.
It's the first generation to grow up with a digital companion always available, and that may reshape expectations of friendship itself.
Imagine a generation raised on relationships where the other party is endlessly patient, always responds instantly, never gets annoyed, never disagrees unless prompted to. It's comforting, but it's not real human dynamics.
And when real friends inevitably do disagree or misunderstand, will some teens just avoid that and retreat back into AI conversations?
This isn't a technology story, it's a psychological and societal one. But speaking of seismic shifts, number 3, shakes the entire AI hardware landscape.
At number 3, we move to a deal that could redraw the competitive map of AI infrastructure. Google and Meta are deep in talks for a massive AI chip agreement, potentially involving billions of dollars worth of TPU hardware.
This is monumental because Google has historically kept its TPUs mostly for internal use. They train Gemini models on them, they optimize their software stack, but they rarely sell them to competitors.
But Meta needs compute. Everyone needs compute. The global demand for AI hardware is exploding faster than companies can build data centers. GPUs are sold out everywhere.
And if Meta starts training large models or powering its social platforms with Google's TPUs, that's a direct challenge to Nvidia's dominance.
Markets reacted instantly. Nvidia's stock took a noticeable hit on the mere rumor of this deal. Investors clearly see the threat.
And here's what makes this story worthy of the number 3 spot. This isn't about one deal. This is about Google positioning itself as a chip supplier on par with Nvidia, and Meta diversifying its hardware pipeline to avoid depending on a single vendor.
It's the beginning of a new era, a multi-chip ecosystem. TPUs, GPUs, specialized accelerators, all competing.
And when the biggest tech companies in the world start shifting compute platforms, that has global ripple effects.
But if you think this reshapes industry strategy, wait until you hear number 2, where AI isn't just competing with companies, it's competing with humans.
Number 2, Anthropic released Claude Opus 4.5, and it's already being called a milestone in AI capabilities.
The model didn't just score well on a coding exam, it beat every human engineer Anthropic has ever tested, including senior candidates.
And it's not just about writing code. It can create plans, coordinate multi-step workflows, manage subagents, debug across contexts, and execute long-running tasks with human-like persistence.
It's essentially an engineering team in a box, planning, reviewing, reasoning, iterating.
Tools like GitHub Copilot, Replit, Windsurf, and enterprise automation systems are integrating it rapidly. Early tests show huge gains, fewer tokens, faster execution, more accurate outputs.
And here's the kicker. This is one of the first moments where an AI system clearly surpasses top-tier human professionals in a high-skill domain, not in specific tasks, but in holistic performance.
That's a line the industry always knew would be crossed eventually. We just didn't expect it this soon.
And it raises profound questions. If AI can outperform elite engineers today, what does that mean for the entire tech labor market tomorrow? For productivity, for startups, for education?
Claude Opus 4.5 is a preview of agentic AI models that don't just assist, but autonomously execute.
But even this transformative moment isn't the biggest story. Because number 1 affects not just the tech world, but society as a whole.
Our number 1 story this week is a bombshell from MIT. Researchers found that AI systems today, right now, could replace 11.7% of the U.S. workforce economically.
That's nearly $1.2 trillion in wages. Not in the future, not in theory, but based on current performance and current economic conditions.
And the affected jobs aren't blue-collar, they're white-collar. Admin work, compliance, finance, documentation, data processing, the backbone of corporate America.
The study didn't ask, can AI do these tasks? It asked, would it be cheaper for companies to use AI than pay a human? And the answer was yes, for more than 1 in 10 jobs.
This is the first study showing that AI-driven automation is not a future scenario, it's a present economic reality.
And companies may not fire people all at once. Instead, we'll see what researchers call silent layoffs. Not replacing employees who leave, freezing hiring, shrinking teams, gradually. automating routine tasks quietly.
The shift could reshape everything from corporate structure to social policy to wages to education.
And here's the biggest takeaway. For decades, automation was mostly a blue-collar concern. Now, automation is knocking at the doors of office buildings, not factories.
And that's why this MIT study earns the #1 spot. It's the moment the future of work stopped being hypothetical and became measurable.
And that's our episode of the AI Week. From AI-generated music with real artists to teen emotional dynamics to chip alliances, advanced engineering AIs, and a workforce transformation that could affect millions.
This week wasn't just fast, it was historic. Every story on this list reflects a deep shift in how AI is transforming creativity, connection, corporations, and careers.
And here's something fitting for an AI-focused show. This entire podcast, research, ranking, analysis, and writing was generated by AI.
If you enjoyed the episode, make sure to like, subscribe, and share. It really helps the channel grow.
And don't forget, Monday to Friday, we release the AI Daily Deep Dive, the fastest, sharpest daily news on artificial intelligence.
And every Sunday, you'll find a long-form special just like this one.
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week on the AI Week.